Hi, good evening. Welcome to the G Spot here on Joy Prime. My name is Miss G. We're coming to you from the premises of Furniture City. They have an ultra-modern showroom located on the Spinkters Road, close to the Flower Pot Roundabout, just a minute drive from the Flower Pot Roundabout if you're coming from Accra. But if you're coming from Tema or the Spinkters Road itself, is down towards the roundabout. You can also reach them on 024421 3333 0244213333 or WhatsApp them on 054-031-4948 if you want furniture for your office, church, school, and office, definitely, and or your home. Definitely, Furniture City is where you need to shop. Now, I've heard some people say that forgiveness is that difficult. The Bible says that forgive 70 times, 7 times. I've heard men of God say that forgive your enemies or forgive those who offend you, but do not forget their names. There are lots of theories, myths around forgiveness, but it depends on how you've been offended and you decide how to forgive people or whether you decide never to forgive them. It's your prerogative. You know what you've been affected by when it comes to their deeds. Today we get to seek perspectives of showbiz personalities or personalities you see on your screens on forgiveness, per their personal experiences. These are the opinions, and of course, they're entitled to them. You're also entitled to yours, and you can share them with us on our social media pages here on Joy Prime. Tell a friend that we are live on DSTV channel 281. It's 281 on DSTV. And so it's a masculine perspective we are seeking first. And so in no particular order, let me introduce to you my guest on set. Let me start by introducing to you who is by my immediate left. He's called Patrice Amegashi. He's a television personality. You know him on TV. He works with TV Africa. He's on the morning show. We're just talking about how he's the face of the television station and all that. And next to him is a musician who doesn't need much introduction. He's now a solo artist, official. He's told the whole world that he's going solo. But definitely you cannot talk about Kobe without adding the group Huta. And Kobe was part of the group Huta, but now he's on a solo drive as Kobe Huta. You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so forgiveness is quite a tough one for a lot of people. How easy is it for you, Patrice, to let go?
As easy as 5 seconds, that's it.
So you forgive?
Easily.
Easily?
Easily.
Wow.
I want to be a free person, so I need to forgive and I move on, that's all.
So when you say you forgive easily, 5 seconds? 5
seconds, and I'm not mincing words. You can offend me to whatever degree you so please. The moment you express remorse, immediately, I just let go.
You just let go?
I just let go.
Okay.
I'm human, so possibly I'll be brooding over it. Oh, damn, why did you do this and all that kind of thing. But I would have forgiven you.
Okay.
I would have forgiven you.
Okay, I like the word you've introduced. The moment you express remorse.
That's it.
Okay, so I'll come back to you. But how easy is it? He says 5 minutes. How long does it take?
5 seconds.
Oh, 5 seconds.
Yeah, not 5 minutes.
Okay,
yeah.
how long does it take?
Well, personally, I've had a roller coaster of energies, depending on how my growth has been as a human being personally, because I grew up from a rough place, Fadama, where when we close from school, we go to play football, and after football, we have to fight. So if somebody knocks you and you have a forgiving spirit, you can't knock the person back. So you have to just, don't think, just knock. So from that state of mind to a certain stage of mind where I've come to believe in karma because of several occurrences of so many things. So to the extent that I don't have to even think about forgiveness, I only think about forgetfulness. That I believe that nothing really happens just like that. Everything is governed by God.
So your belief now is that forget when they offend you and let karma deal with them.
Exactly.
So when you forget, it means that you haven't forgiven.
Well,
you decide to let karma, because you're waiting for karma, so you have not forgiven.
Everybody would be karma some way, somehow. If there's a way like that.
Some way, somehow, yeah.
You know, our actions call for our reactions, our consequences that come our way. It doesn't necessarily have to be me directly.
That somebody else might be doing the payback.
Whether you like it or yes, somebody will pay for whatever they have done.
Okay.
So I don't have to even think about that. It's like whatever comes to me, I deserve it, so let me get it.
He doesn't forgive.
That's basically what he's saying.
He doesn't forgive. He believes in retribution.
He's waiting for karma to deal with the person.
He's waiting for
he doesn't necessarily have to deal with the person. But you also introduce a word that says if the person is remorseful.
Of course.
There are people who offend you and they don't even care. They are not remorseful. That is them. Take it or leave it.
So there are two things. Letting go does not necessarily mean forgiveness. Those are two key things that we need to consider. Letting go doesn't mean you have necessarily forgiving the person. So it is like, I know you're never going to cross my path anymore. So live your life, I also live my life. That is, you have let go of the issue. You not deal with the matter, but you haven't forgiven the person. But when you forgive the person, that means you have set yourself free, such that when you meet the person one-on-one, you can say anything at all that you want to say. You can exchange pleasantries. You can do whatever you want to do. If there's any good thing that is coming the person's way and it comes through you, you can call the person up and say, I have a deal for you, or I have a gig for you. That means you are forgiving the person. So these are the
So
two
where do you
issues.
belong? Because you said 5 seconds.
All of it.
Oh, you
All
let
of it.
go?
No, all of it, because we're living in a human environment where somebody can offend you and pretend they don't know they have done that.
Exactly.
So if you pretend you don't know, I would pretend I have allowed it.
When you haven't.
Exactly. No, not necessarily. The point is that it doesn't bother me. But I want you to understand that the fact that you haven't accepted that you have offended me to come and express remorse, where do I leave it? How do I forgive you? Because you haven't expressed remorse.
But you are feeling the pain. The person hasn't.
I wouldn't feel pain. I would let go. You see, there is a gutter where you drop everything. It is whether you come back to spy the gutter and see what's in there. There's death in there. You get it? So my point is that I have let go. I would not visit it until you come back or you don't come back. It is there in the gutter.
Kobe,
It doesn't bother me.
You see, he's come back to where I was standing. Eventually.
So you also believe that
now,
he's
listen,
also waiting
this
for
is what
karma.
I was trying to establish, that the first point of forgiveness should be yourself.
Yes.
Because if you don't forgive yourself, you can't forgive the next man. Now, if you forgive yourself first.
For doing what? Somebody has offended you and you're forgiving yourself.
Yeah,
for
because
doing
it's
what?
a thought. It's a perceived state of mind where you have to master it to think that there was an incident. If you don't see any incident, then there's nothing really to talk about.
So if I get you, what you're thinking now is like one of my bosses will say, how did you contribute to them offending you? Is that what you're
Because you
thinking?
existed.
Exactly, because you existed there.
You existed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You
if
existed.
you're able to forgive yourself first,
For existing.
no, for whatever has happened. Because, you have to go through a state of mind to think about it that, okay, this is what happened. The person offended me. At the end of the day, it's up to the person to figure out whether they did offend you or not. Even if you make them clear that you offended me, would they even accept it? It's too much of a process to even go through. So in the first place, just forgive yourself and just move to the next.
At this point, I would like to take a break for the ladies to join us. When we come back for the Battle of Sexes, we'll definitely delve into this issue more, because there's some myth that the men let go easily than the women will. But who gets to offend when it comes to relationship? Is it the men who are quick to offend the women, and that's why they are letting go easily, or it's rather the women know how to offend and would rather prefer to keep it? We'll be back with the ladies joining us on the set.
None of us will leave because we may have wronged people in so many ways. Maybe you won't come and tell me what you've done to someone, but I know I've hurt someone in a way.
We'll multiply love, but if you show us red pepper, then you are ready for light soup.
Hey!
So I will not pretend to say that women are 100%. Yes, we have big hearts.
So you've had the men already speak on forgiveness. We are back on set with the ladies. They're going to share their opinion, their experiences when it comes to forgiveness. We know there are things that have been written and things that have been said, but what do they make of forgiveness? How many times have they been able to forgive people? Ladies, we are a different breed. Let me start by saying that. So you might be shocked at some of the things that you hear. I just hope that they're able to open up, because these are two gospel artists seated right here on set. And Lady Prempe is a household name. You know, when I was about to introduce her, one of her songs dropped in my mind. That song that said, "Yewo dentia and sorry, bro." You know, I'm sure she's going to refer us to that, but let's get to see what she says. And like I said, she's a household name. She's been off and now she's back. Today she doesn't have the blonde, but we appreciate the fact that she was able to join us. Next to her is Giftee Harmon, somebody I've known for over a decade. She used to be a television personality, a reporter. Now she's always been singing. Now she decided to make it very commercial. So Giftee Harmon is also a musician, gospel musician for that matter. And so the two of them will fill us with the gospel. You're welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So like I said, the women, we are a different breed when it comes to a lot of things. Are we different when it comes to forgiveness as well?
Very true. Women, we are wonderful. I think we were created different. We have this broad heart.
Really?
Yes.
Eh.
Yes, because there are things you see men can't stand a minute and they expect you to stand because you are the woman.
So this is when it comes to intimacy.
Exactly.
Okay, okay, okay.
So I think with women, well, yeah, we are a little broad.
We are broad when it comes to tolerating our men.
Okay.
But when it comes to tolerating our friends, our colleagues, how accommodating are we?
I think women are genuinely like that kind of people that you just can't. You just expect us. Well, everybody expects women to be that. Oh, it's okay. Oh, I accept it. Everybody.
Are you sure, lady?
In so many ways.
This one, you're trying to be the gospel musician. You're being a gospel musician.
True. You know, when something happens and you step out there, people are like, oh, so Oba Pani to me, you say, as if Oba there, they are like stones and, woods. But I think we as a society have decided to brand women like that, but forgetting we also have that kind of heart they have. We also feel that same pain they also feel. So in a way, ladies are
the ones who are able to.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm sure you will not agree. This one, if you even agree, I'll say, hey, nowadays, Mali. Giftee Harmon.
Yes, I partially agree with Lady Prempe, you know, but things have changed, okay? Ladies nowadays have become like, it's getting too much. If you treat me well, I treat you well. If you don't treat me well, you will not have it well with me. You know, ladies are incubators, okay? We multiply everything you give us. So in that direction,
so
if you show us love,
hey,
we'll multiply love. But if you show us red pepper, then you are ready for light soup.
Hey!
So I will not pretend to say that women are 100%. Yes, we have big hearts. We are passionate people. But when it comes to forgiveness, it's individually. I mean, what I will forgive, somebody will never forgive. You know, so forgiveness, I think, it's an individual affair.
But Dede, you've worked in an environment where you know that you're doing your best, minding your business, but there's somebody in your business, either it's a male colleague or it's a female colleague, and they step on your toes. How difficult is it for you to say, look, I'm letting go? Or how easy is it for you to say, I'm cutting you off my space?
I think the best you can do is to cut the person off your space. Like you said, women, we are our own enemies. That is everywhere. It is not something to lie about. What it is that what I have as a woman, any other woman wants it. The moment I start going higher than the next lady, they start looking for ways to get what I have. How is she getting that far? Who is behind her? And so you realize that most women that are falling fell because of their fellow women. Okay, men are open-hearted. Men do not know how to pretend most of the time. So if I'm with a male colleague at a place and I'm moving on, the guy would rather, a man would rather come to you. Hey, Nancy, the way you are going this way, you're going very well, oh. Charlie, I'm proud of you. How are you doing it? A lady will never come to you to do that. If she's your best friend, she will start pulling away from you. She will start showing you attitude, and then you start hearing things, and you also not understand why the person is showing you attitude. So you end up asking, of late I don't understand though, this person, even if I approach her nowadays, and you realize that you have become an enemy to your best friend without even knowing what happened.
In that case, it's difficult to forgive them.
It is not difficult to forgive. What I do personally is that if I am very close to you and I realize things like that, I immediately step back. If I communicate very openly with you, I just pull back. I cut communication. I see you, I'll smile and greet. But then things I used to tell you that if you get to let a person know more about you, that's when you are hurt.
So in that case, have you forgiven the person for the things that they have said about you or how they've offended you? Or you decide like, I don't just want a repeat of it. I still have it in mind, I have it at heart that you've offended me, but I just don't want you in my space.
No. One thing I have always lived with that has brought me this far is this, that if you are filled with bitterness, there's no way you're going to move on. I always give this example to my staff. I tell them that, listen, if someone offends you and you hold on to it, someone slapped you, you held on to it, someone offended you, the more you pack, it's like your palm is filled with filth, bitterness, unforgiveness, heartbreak and all. So if you keep praying and God brings your blessing, where is he going to put it? Inside our arm that is filled with a lot of unforgiveness. What I do is I let go the unforgiveness. If you offend me, no matter how deep it is, I tell myself that no, if I hold on to that, I'm not going to get my blessing. I throw it away and move on.
So there's not been an instance where you've been offended so much that you say, I go to sleep with this, I wake up with it, and you're saying, this person, for this thing that you have done to me, God will do this to you. The message will catch up with you. Karma will deal with you. And You've never had that instant before?
Let me take us to the Bible.
Hey, we don't want preaching. We don't want preaching. No. We've read the Bible. The Bible says 70 times, 7 times. But how much of that are we practicing as humans? Because our emotions also would run ahead of us.
I understand that. But if I'm to take you to the Bible, somewhere in Luke 23, verse 34, when Christ was being brutalized and all.
But we are not Christ, though.
Wait. What did he say? He said, Father, forgive them because they don't know what they're doing. So, in the first place, for him to go through that pain.
Because it was Jesus Christ.
But who are we? We are Christians and we are his followers.
We are trying to be Christ-like.
Exactly.
But we are not Christ.
But we are not Christ.
Yes, so the things that Christ had to endure, lady, you and I know we cannot.
I believe the things he did, if only we will have that patience, we can do it. And time and again, he even said it. So, although it's difficult, I'm just thinking about the pains I've been through with human, either women or men. And I'm like, well, if we are not careful and we are to really take this to heart, then I'm sure none of us will live, because we may have wronged people in so many ways. Maybe you won't come and tell me what you've done to someone, but I know I've hurt someone in a way, and someone has hurt you. So I feel we as Christians have to just let go of things. We just have to embrace people as they come, but watch them with a broader eye kind of thing, and just be careful when we are dealing with people, because when you give too much room, then they also get seen fully. But you need to know your space, your boundaries when it comes to dealing with people, so that when they are hurting you, it's not that deep, or that then you can find a way to forgive.
To forgive and manage it. Okay. So now the men will have to join us. Let's continue the conversation here on the G Sport. You've heard Lady Prempeh, you've heard Giftee Harmon. Patrice and Kobiuta will join us now, and let's continue the conversation. Let's do the battle of the sexes. Who forgives more? Who offends more? And we'll get to know more after the break. But to keep.
Hey, with the quickness of alacrity, I will run.
Miss G, so my question again, sorry, I'm not asking the question, but I'll ask him. So if you are the one that your wife caught, will you expect her to forgive you?
Remember, I said...
So welcome to the Battle of the Sexes on the G Sport here on Joy Prime. This is the part that a lot of people are interested in, where the masculine and feminine perspective clashes. Definitely, these are opinions of your screen personalities, and they're entitled to them. You also can share yours with us on our social media pages, and we definitely will be glad to let the world know what you've got to say. I want to say a special thanks to Gion Aesthetics for our makeup. Gion Aesthetics made me up. Her number is 0243 882318, 0243 882318. Also, special thanks to Furniture City for hosting us in their ultra modern showroom located on the Spinks Road. If you're looking for furniture for your office, church, school, and your home, definitely the place to come through is Furniture City. You can call them on 0244213333, 024421 or you can send them a WhatsApp on 054-031-4948. And now to forgiveness. You've heard them separately share their ideologies or their perception when it comes to forgiveness. Now they're all together. Maybe the men will want to react to what the ladies have said before they joined. But for those who just joined us, let me start let me let you know who our guests are. From my extreme left is Kobiuta, who is a musician, now a solo artist. Also next to him is Giftee Harmon. She's called Giftee Harmon in show business. She's a gospel musician. And next to her is Patrice Amegashi. He is a screen personality, a television presenter with TV Africa. And then next to me is Lady Prempe, who is also a gospel musician, and they've been sharing their perspective on forgiveness. So maybe you want to react to what the ladies have said so far whilst you're listening to them. Is there any reaction? Do you think that they are telling us, really what you know is characteristic of women when it comes to forgiveness?
Well, for me, there is no way I can profile both sexes and say as to whether females or women forgive better.
Don't you have sisters? You haven't been in relationships? Don't you have colleagues?
I think if anybody would forgive, it is men. Because men would forgive themselves first for planning to go and sin before they come to you for forgiveness.
What type of sin are you talking about?
I have no idea. So for me, I think it's not inherent in man or woman. I mean, it is personality specific. It is the kind of exposure you've had, the environment within which you grew. Somebody grew in an environment where when somebody knocks you, you have to, yeah, the Fadama kind of forgiveness is different from the Dansoman or the Spinches or East Legon kind of forgiveness. So I think it depends on the kind of exposure you have and how you were raised and who even raised you. Then you would understand whether or not to forgive or not. Because the Kankpe woman from a certain jurisdiction would have a hard time forgiving somebody who was raised, let's say, perhaps in the church. So you could get from yourself that you were making references. Don't do the Bible thing, don't do the gospel thing, they're doing the gospel thing, because you are thinking that speaking from the perspective that their backgrounds brings them from, it's more like they are always going to be forgiving. So if she raises her children in that regard, they'll grow up as people who would forgive.
Kobe.
I subscribe to exactly what you said. I said I gave you two pictures when I was making my point that depending on where I grew up and the person that I've become, it's two different people. Do you understand? So the environment actually plays a very big role in how a person reacts to things, especially when it comes to forgiveness as a whole. Plus, it doesn't even really matter whether it's religiously or anything. You could be. Everybody knows how to react.
Like I said, I've heard a man of God say that, oh, you can forgive your enemies, but don't forget their names.
Yes, no, but that is a fact. What he said is a fact. It is a fact. You don't have to forget. You can't forget. Why do you forget?
But if you're forgiving them, let's say.
No.
What are you keeping their names for?
You see,
For register.
that metaphysical tabula rasa exists to absorb things. And for you to say that you are clearing everything off your mind, you must be something else. You must be extraordinary. You must not be a human being to do that. The point is that it is not something you attach to your day-to-day living. But to forget about it entirely, my dear, you would never. The point is that somebody could have offended you in 2002. You've forgiven the person. Fine. You have let go. Fine. You don't talk about the person's matter until you meet her at a function or an event. Then you are talking, then she's like, hey, I met Lady Pemper. She said once, oh, hey, that woman, no. Did you forget? You are forgiving her, but you never will forget.
What I can chip in is, I don't think there is, forgiveness has anything to do with
Forgetfulness.
Forgetfulness, sorry.
Why?
Because when you forgive, it's another thing to forget.
So which part is difficult? The forgiving is easy and the forgetting is difficult, or?
It's two different things. Like,
But the Bible says forgive and forget.
No. People have coined it. People have coined it. The Bible never said so.
Oh, okay.
Maybe forgetfulness is a deficiency.
Forgetting about it is a different
No,
thing.
you can't.
So I think
You think that it's quite okay, like he has been justifying what I said, the man of God said, that it's quite okay not to forget the names of these people.
I'm not sure you forget someone who kills your mother if only you know their name.
But is it okay to forgive? Can you forgive them?
You can forgive them.
Really?
But you'll always have this name, oh, that's
So, Miss G, the thing is, if someone has offended you so badly, and you said, I have forgiven, but I will not forget, or okay, I have forgiven and I have forgotten about it, then tomorrow you go and you still go and make the same mistake, and you keep going through heartbreak. If you forgive and you forget about it, then you are going to go through life cycles, always being hurt. You can forgive. Me, I forgive and I never forget. I can never forget, because that is what will tell me that this fire is hot. The last time you put your hand in it, you got burnt. So never put your hand in it again. Anytime I see fire, I know it's a no-go area.
You have forgiven 70 times 7 times too.
No, he
We
can't.
established, the whole idea of 77 times, 7 times actually means countless times. It's something you shouldn't keep track of it. I bet you, even if I should ask what is 77 times 7, not anybody can even mention it offhand, because nobody even takes time to calculate that. You understand? So that's the whole idea. Forgive as much as you can. You understand?
I asked because I was going to ask you a very personal one, but you
Ask him whether he has forgiven
that's
his
what I'm
brother.
going to ask him now.
Ask him.
That you said you forgive.
Yes.
Let me
In
do
time
that.
past, you forgive and forgiving. All of a sudden, you refuse to forgive again.
No, I have forgiven him. I've forgiven myself first, and I've forgiven him,
And he has cut.
and I've detached myself. You understand?
But you
Because
never
certain
forget.
things- example, there are certain things that when it's around you, I'm not using the same thing, but if it is causing you to sin, because you know how to forgive, you always have to keep sinning because you know how to forgive. You have to some way, somehow.
Yeah.
When you say sinning in this case, how?
That's why I try to give you a detachment that I'm not using the same thing as an example.
No, but even
Now,
even
plus
if you
my
don't use it, what you're
detachment-
trying to tell us that he was causing you to sin.
Plus,
That's
my
what you are saying.
detachment is actually means that, like I give an example that you have a relationship, you're no more with that relationship, you found yourself another relationship. Then when you wake up every morning, all you want to talk about is your
The
past
previous
relationship.
one.
You're
How
hurting
then do you
yourself.
move forward with your new relationship? And will your new relationship feel happy about what is going on? That is why I had to detach the old relationship so that my concentration can be on the new relationship. And I urged everybody to respect that when I said that. Do you
Oh, we
understand?
respected it already. You brought the issue about you cut the hand off.
Oh, yes,
a lot
cut it
of people,
off.
a lot of people use it a lot, and she even mentioned it initially that she will cut the person off. Is it the right thing to do?
Yes. What else is there? What else is there to do?
But
The person
sometimes
is
I get
causing you
confused
pain.
The
with
person
suffer
is
not
in your
the rich to
space.
live.
The person it's agony. That's why I
The person
say
is in your space. The person is in your workplace. The person might be somebody
Yes.
that is family. The person, you know, is in your space.
so
How
in,
do you?
in
He's
all
always.
things, prayer answer everything.
It will take a while.
No, that is what
you
you're
are not a
thinking.
prayer
It tarries. You see, it tarries.
Even
but
the Bible
then-
says so.
Yes, it tarries, but then it will work at a point. So it is not your time.
But
or
how
your
do you
feeling.
manage during the period? Because you're trying to cut this person off.
I always said that there is no happening. Everything is governed by God. Do you understand? So whatever we have now is what we are supposed to have. What we don't have is what we are not supposed to have.
Not everybody subscribes to that.
The most important thing to me is that forgiveness comes first by yourself, okay? So in life, let's not forget the fact that people come to teach us sometimes. It's not everybody that will be with you forever. I've lived with that. I've always reminded myself that some people will come and hurt you badly, and it's just because of the lesson you need to learn from it, and that is their mission in your life. Some people will come and make you happy, and that is because God just wants you to know the happiness, the good side of life, how it feels
Before
to be
they stab
happy.
you.
Yes, you know, so if somebody offends you, if we can see it from the point that, okay, so what is that person's purpose in my life? Even if that person gave you poison and you nearly died, but you didn't die and you survived from it, the best thing for you to do that can let you forgive the person easily is to know that, okay, so he came to teach me lessons on how to live with people, meet different kinds of people. I have learned a lesson from it. That is the way you can easily forgive somebody.
But has there been a time when you yourself, you cannot even forgive yourself? How did I even let that person do this to me?
No.
How did I even get to this
It's got to do with
place?
understanding.
The moment you learn the
It's got to do
lesson
with
from it, the
understanding.
moment you put it at the back of your
Before you
mind
even
that-
get to that lesson, you begin to ask yourself, how would, especially
Yes.
when maybe you've been stabbed twice by same person.
Understanding. And what is understanding? You knowledge, what you know. The
But-
Bible says that for the lack
what
of
you know,
knowledge, my people
Patrice,
perish. Yeah.
it's not same as what like Prempe will know. It's not same as Hashi will know. Is that
If we were to go by the way we feel,
Take time to
yes,
ponder
if we were to
over
go by the way
things
we feel,
before you make decisions,
you
on them.
get a lot of things
You are,
wrong.
you are human.
You know, you were
Sometimes you don't
asking-
expect to respond to
Yeah.
things immediately like that. When somebody hurts you and it's a clear hurt, it's okay to take time and think about it. What happened? Could I have been the fault? Was it so clear that he could have hurt me? Could I have avoided it? Or maybe
And that's when
it
you're blaming
happened-
yourself and you're not
At least
forgiving
think
yourself.
about it.
Especially when
No, you take time to think about it, and then you get a clear understanding of what has happened, and then you decide.
And
You
I
understand?
think we sometimes fall in love to the extent that we don't really watch
the signals, we don't get the signals.
exactly. Sometimes we are like, oh, this one I'm so intimate with. This one can't hurt me. And those are the people that hurts you the more. So I think when we are getting into relationships and all, we should just be careful as in whom we are going to end our lives with. Sometimes you can't calculate, but hey.
I have a question.
Yes,
Is
please.
sin the same as wrong?
Hey,
Oh yes, yes,
another
yes,
one has come.
yes, yes.
The success, who
I don't think it's the same.
The stabbing.
gives easily and
Yeah.
we haven't spoken.
Yeah,
Oh, you want-
yeah. She wants to speak about. He spoke about it, so let's get.
Okay,
your,
let's get your perspective.
He said the men do better. What do you think?
Well, for me, I think the women do.
You see? Why do you think
Women
so?
forgives very easily
Why do you think so?
because the man will just.
Is it in the bit to keep the man?
Come again.
Is it in the want to keep this man? That's why you let go easily.
No, sometimes you might just be in love with them. Sometimes you just can't get away without them. You know, when you
They become like your world.
like they are like a wall between you and sometimes even Christ. You know.
Oh, really?
You like them so much that you just don't see the sense.
In letting them go.
So does it mean the men don't like us? They don't like us that much to make them forgive us easily?
No, the point is that men don't like solving problems.
Oh, okay.
They want you to deal with it.
Exactly. Men don't like solving problems. Naturally, a man would leave a problem to fester and want it to reset itself. That is why he would leave you for a long, and then later on he will call you back and then come into your life. Then you know, that kind of thing. They don't like solving. They will jump from this person and go to the other person, expecting that by the time they come back, reset, factory reset, you have come back. But for the women, they are always like deep into the matter, so they want to solve it. That's why they say women want to ask questions. They'll poke you. They'll ask, no, let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Sit down. I want to talk about it. That's the kind of situation.
So does it pose a danger if you are with a woman who decides not to talk about things that you do wrong?
But when you yourself, you know that you have done wrong, and she's not talking about it.
Some people can't just face reality. Sometimes women feel, okay, let me just watch how it goes. You know, maybe we'll have a change of mind. So we are a little reluctant when it comes to taking decisions. I mean, either forgiving, getting out, or wanting to be in it.
I'll still stick to my point that
the men,
it is not gender specific.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it is gender specific.
Oh, to some extent,
But I think women, if it is relationship, then women forgive them more. If it is relationship, then it's women. You know,
Can a man
it is
ever
because
stand his woman being with
no,
another man?
like seriously,
Yes.
lady, you know, women,
Most women are not with virgins. Most women have been with other men and.
but why the men they are virgins?
Yeah, that's it was based on the question she asked.
No, she said, can he stand another man with a woman?
Can a woman stand another?
No, and can a man stand another man
with a woman?
with
one
your
second,
woman?
Can her woman
No.
with another man?
catching your woman in bed
it's
with
vice versa.
another.
If a woman sees another man, his man,
on a scale of 1
man
to 10,
with another woman, I don't think she'll be happy.
But in terms of forgiveness,
That one is purely based on your upbringing and your level of.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so. It's not gender.
Is it Patrice is quiet on this one? Patrice is quiet on this one.
Oh,
He's quiet on this
I
one.
agree with him in a sense because
really?
there are men that were trained like that.
That when your wife is in bed with
There are
another
men
man,
that
you go and
were-
take and
no,
say,
there are
"Yeah, I
men
was
that
trained like
were
this."
trained to forgive. I've seen, you know, I work in a school, okay? I work in a school. I work with parents, a lot of parents. I've experienced broken homes. I experienced happy couple that came to enroll their children in my school, and I see them happy bringing their child, and at a point they don't talk, and at a point you realize that they've separated and all. And you know, I've heard and seen things. I have seen men that have forgiven their women several times, easily, catching them in bed with another guy. I've seen men that have named other men's children because their wife committed, and they don't want to disgrace their wives.
but in a way, they will hold it against another woman somewhere, somehow.
I've seen men forgive things that a woman would never forgive. So if you come to
there's
gender, when it
always
comes to
one out of
forgiveness and in a
1,000.
relationship, a woman can take you, a man, you can go and impregnate another lady, bring the child home, a woman can tolerate. I've also seen men that have tolerated, they've named different men children and they are training them like this.
I want to write a book on such men.
Oh, I can point a lot for you to interview.
That would be 1 out of 1,000.
I would want to write a book on that
Compared
man.
to They are
Few,
the
though.
opposite.
They are very few, but I've seen.
Let's not
per reality.
base it on
Hey,
Let's not base it on
you,
gender.
But in any
No,
case, those
yeah.
men I saw, it didn't keep long and they opened up.
I said
It
nothing.
didn't
But
keep long. The moment
women
the
can
woman
live
misbehaved, they're like,
and
what
still
is
be
that?
with
I
the
have
same
covered you
man.
up, and they exposed, but a woman would never expose a man. If
Yeah, but
look at
Kobe,
it
you know
like
that statistically, most of the time it is the men who go bring their children from outside into the marital home.
Oh,
So
some women do,
statistically-
trust
no,
me.
No, it
say
says statistically.
Okay.
more men do that than women. I mean, hardly would a married woman go and take seed by
Yeah,
another man.
it happens
Hardly, yes,
once,
unless of course
yeah.
there's something in there. So
Once a
me, I
while.
still stick by my point.
We can
I
never
don't say,
tell,
yeah.
because until some of these DNAs are done,
No.
trust me, sometimes it takes years. before we
Unconsciously,
find
you
out.
are training people's children you don't know. Men,
No,
yes.
We're looking-
Married men, couples are
These are two
training
things.
other people's children they don't know.
Am I lying?
No, we're talking about two things here.
No,
we're talking about two things here. No,
you say it's hardly that.
What I'm saying is that
take a seat for another man is be with the person.
my point is
it's happening. I agree with you.
No,
it's happening.
Yes,
Kobe. My point exactly. We're talking about when they know.
Okay.
So I'm married to her, and then I go and tell her that I impregnated some girl, and then that kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying. That even with that, because a lot of DNAs have not been done, it is hard to confirm that.
No, they are two
if
different
you do
things.
a lot of DNAs, you realize
Kobe,
that there's problem.
Kobe, what you're saying is that when you are married to a woman and you go impregnate another girl, you would come tell your wife that this is the situation. So she either accepts the child into the home or.
But he's saying the other way around for women.
That one you wouldn't know until the test is done. She wouldn't come and tell you that, hi darling, I'm pregnant for Philip. No.
Oh, but men also don't easily come and say, I have impregnated a girl until something happens.
Oh, but statistically,
But
Until the other lady is pushing.
We've moved away from the conversation.
Until the other lady is pushing, you will not know. As a woman, you will not know.
Themselves till they give birth, and then years later, when there's a problem, then we find out that.
that is why I say we are talking about two different things here. We're talking about what would accede to forgiveness, and we are saying that if you know the issue, how would you confront it and you would employ or deploy forgiveness? That is what we are looking at. But you are looking. Yes, but it is. We are looking at forgiveness.
The DNA has not proven yet.
Hey, why? You have some DNA that you have to do on.
Because we've experienced.
We are saying that per knowledge.
You have experience.
We are saying that per knowledge. What would you forgive? Per knowledge.
So in that case, let me just ask him. In that case, if you were in that situation, it's something that you gladly forgive.
Of course. I mean, if you love the person, you want to be with the person, why won't you forgive?
Okay, so is it because you're expecting that when you also bring your baggage, they should let go?
I don't think that should be the case because you don't plan to want to go and sin. Do you,
But they will give you
yeah, because once you're open, it means that you also would be okay.
So your way of trying to forgive should be what, like curse to you because
no,
you
decided
some people
will forgive you because they feel, oh, I'm doing it. Maybe someday I'll be caught. So okay, fine, it's okay.
But this question of forgiveness is open-ended. It is open-ended. You didn't close it because you asked, would you forgive her if you found yourself in the situation? And he said, yes, I'll forgive her. What if he breaks up with her, but he's forgiving her?
Okay.
So you ask, would you forgive her and keep her?
That's another one.
That's another one.
That's another one. And
so,
okay, so on that note, will you keep her?
Well, it will not be my sole choice because some women will do it and they wish that they want to be because I believe that.
No, but
even before a woman,
you personally, yes, you have a choice at this point. Will you forgive her and say, okay, still welcome to my home, still share the same bed with her?
No, I would refuse to take that choice because I would want to find out in the first place why she did that.
And then she tells you and everything.
Maybe she wanted to be with a person and she never had the chance to do. And now this has happened. So you give her your blessing and then let them go
Patrice,
ahead.
it's good he asked me to ask him the question. He'll
understand?
but he has clauses.
Thank you. There are clauses. Forgiveness is different from
so at the end of the day, you realize that this...
But let's have everybody, because I think Patrice wants to dodge that question. So it will come to everybody. This same question. Would you also, if you found yourself, forgive and keep the woman?
Sincerely speaking, if I want you, my life.
Women is easier, isn't it?
It's me. If you are the one I want,
I will 5 children outside.
I will just tell myself that, oh, wait, son, this is how he is. You can go and impregnate. There are women that are suffering in marriages, but they don't care because they know that, for example, these top people, like the politicians' wives and things, pastors' wives and things that are icons, people see them. They go through a lot. They know their husband's children. They can see them in church. They can see them and know that, no, wait, this is for my husband, this is my husband's, this is my husband's. But you can't talk because they've decided that it is your decision. Forgiveness is up to you. Whether you forgive and keep or move on is a personal choice. I can choose to decide that, okay, I know he's like that. He likes women. He has children everywhere. But what is the point of me leaving him to go and suffer with my kids alone? I will not watch that side. Let him continue doing. Let me maintain my marriage.
So that's where you stand.
That's where I stand. It depends on me. If I want him and because of my kids or something, I don't want to. If you leave someone will immediately come. He's like that.
Maybe that's
and the next person you are going to meet, you may not know how he is. Maybe you're not or impregnate sisters at a go. So I would decide that, well, if that is how it is, I've tried and it's not working, let him continue. Let me also keep my home. If I want my husband to make love to me, I'll live happily. I'll enjoy myself. I'll enjoy with him. Oh. And then when he goes out, let others enjoy with him.
So you're not afraid of whether he brings you some disease
My
or...
dear, every man is doing it. Every woman is doing it. Disease, protect yourself. It's by grace, so
it's on your head, though. Every man is doing it, Patrice.
So, Lady Prempe,
you see, I told you he's going to dodge it. I told you he was going to dodge this one.
Oh no, but you said ladies first.
I never said.
You know that. You see how the men went mute.
I heard ladies first.
Okay, you, Lady Prempe, finish.
Yes,
you end the
first.
conversation for us. Let's hear you.
I really want to comment after the men have.
Okay, so here I am. Married to Junior Bill Gates, billions of dollars there, and she goes to get pregnant by a certain man, and I say, go away, never, I'll chop the money.
Yeah, so for you, it is who?
Oh no, but the point is that, look, it depends. There are certain conjectures that I never like to deal with because I'm not confronted with it. I don't know
how
the
you
time
react.
This thing is going to happen exactly. Maybe at the time I'm crippled, or the time I'm something else. So I don't like answering questions based on if or conditional clauses. But if it's anything to go by, it will depend on the situation you find yourself in at the time.
So if I get
me,
it, okay.
Enye, you ask me to give second chance, I refer you to the Bible. Only Christ gives second chance.
If I get it, he's made it clear.
Straight up.
He's made it clear straight up.
No 2 ways would my wife go and open her legs before another man, take seed and come and you say that I should accept you and keep you and hold you.
Oh,
And
please,
forgive.
let's not forget that is not the only point of forgiveness here.
No, but hold
she
on.
could do something else apart from opening her legs.
Okay, that one there, fine.
But
I mean,
in this case, that's what we are talking
That's
about.
what I'm saying.
But what is your something else? That she went, but she didn't bring pregnancy and you found out.
No. You see,
Hey.
there are different ways we offend people.
Oh, no, as for those ones, I'm sure it's
No, I
trivial
thought
to him.
she's
But,
making particular reference to the fact
I'm sure that one is trivial
if you're
to
a man,
him.
you're married,
So
you're married
if you bring
to...
in
But Patricia,
pregnancy,
if she didn't bring pregnancy,
she doesn't
and you
bring
caught her,
pregnancy.
And I caught her. And so, okay. So
Take your thing back.
Tell me what you...
take
you're
your
expecting
thing
that
back.
I'll take.
Take your thing back. Take your wife back.
Who?
No, like she cheats on you.
And he understands what
she doesn't
I'm
bring
saying.
pregnancy.
He understands.
Yeah, she doesn't bring pregnancy, but you
Yes.
caught her cheating
Yes.
on you red-handed.
Yes.
So the question
You even
is,
added red to it. Hey, madam, you...
So you're not taking.
who?
so will you still refer to
He
your
said
Bible that
who?
says that
Oh, I
no
refer to
second
the
chance?
No, I refer to the Bible. Forgive.
But even that
Seven
is.
is I'll forgive her. I'll thank God for her because God says in all things give thanks. I'll give thanks.
But to keep.
Hey, Rabbi, with the quickness of alacrity, I will run.
Miss G, so my question again, sorry, I'm not asking the question, but
No,
I'll ask him.
that's-
So if you are
Okay.
the one that your wife caught, will you expect her to forgive you?
Remember, I
And
said
keep you.
pitching. That is me. If I come to you and I pitch to you, and I plead, and I come, I express remorse and everything, and you accept me, you have accepted me on your own accord.
But if she expresses remorse and pitches,
The point is that it is never. It's a block. It is a block.
At this point, I'm sure people will be saying, okay, this is where men get to play with our emotions
No,
and
we
all
don't play with your
that.
emotions. The point is that every choice you make, you have to defend it. Every choice you make, you have to defend it. So as to whether or not, there are people who can forgive and accept and do so many things. There are others who cannot. Excuse me, there are limitations to how you can accept one thing or the other. For me, it would be very difficult. I would forgive you, and trust me, I would forgive you, and I mean it. I would forgive you, but I can't cope with that. It's going to change my whole orientation towards you. And I don't want to create that and keep thinking so and all that kind of thing. You know, I'm human. I'm very human. So there are certain things that I would forgive you, but I would never, ever take you back. Never, ever. Never, ever.
Lady, he's done a never, ever. Hey.
So,
Never.
It's possible to never ever.
Never.
Oh, as for the men, both of you have said never, ever. Let me now hear. Yeah, he said never. Never.
so I think the question has been answered then.
Yes,
Women forgive
I want
easily,
to
men
hear-
never forgive.
Oh, you guys are getting it wrong. Forget,
I said
no.
that.
The subject is forgiveness. We will
So
forgive you.
ask for forgiveness, they will, but they never
I'd
ever
like to find
keep
out
you.
why?
Kobe.
By the time you finish finding out, you've made the lady go. Kobe, please.
Why are you finding
By the time
out?
he's done his
Yes, Kobe,
Maybe she
investigation,
wants to be with the person.
if you want to keep
So
the
that
person,
one-
there's no need to even find out why.
Madam, the subject
How can you
is
keep somebody who doesn't want to
The
be
subject
kept?
is forgiveness, and I've told you that I will forgive
As for
you
forgiveness,
5,000,000 times.
Yeah. How
can you
I'll
keep somebody
forgive
who
you.
doesn't want to be
I'll
kept?
even write a placard and hold it and be
I'm
following
forgiving you.
I'm forgiving you. But
Lady.
Okay, so I think
yeah,
listening to the men's side and listening to my sister, I think women gives room to men somehow hurting us so bad because she's of the view that
She's there.
yeah, me, I'm there.
She's there.
You go and come.
I'm here.
I'll enjoy you.
No,
And
I
my-
say it's a
I can
choice.
share you.
Yeah,
it's a choice.
Yeah.
But
Personally.
yes, I get it, and most women will say that for the kids, for the kids,
Yes.
for the kids. Let's not forget that you might also be hurting yourself to the extent that you might not be able to even survive to take
Yeah,
care of your
this
kids.
case,
So
yeah.
when it comes to that, then you have to think about.
So in your case, you forgive and also walk away, or
In my case, I'll forgive and be careful if it's being repeated all the time, maybe
Patrice says how many times?
like 77.
It's a lie, oh, it's a lie. Lady, this one here is a
And
lie.
I'm like, oh, now you've crossed.
Oh, lady, 70 times 70 there. Oh, no, it's a
70
lie.
times 70.
It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie.
Now, let me deal with it.
Can you imagine? She has to keep a calculator by her, but no, like he said, how many times?
And like the 70 times.
No, this one here, lady.
770.
You will never see any male cock with the kids following them. So women naturally have that kind of motherly.
But she's saying that you might not live to take care of these children.
And I wasn't
So
done with
that is why it feels like women can tolerate a bit more
Than the men.
But
Okay.
that is not always the case.
The case.
Some women will also walk out with the kids being left.
why are we
Behind.
missing the point? It's about forgiveness.
No, yeah, so we are just
Everyone
ending
said
with this
we'll
one. It says
forgive.
forgive. But, let's end with
We would
what you say.
forgive.
You forgive, but you stay or you go after
77 times,
after
sorry.
77
After the
times.
77 times, then maybe
Then you have fulfilled scriptures.
That's equal. That's
Then-
equal
then
to
I
not.
have to come to
That's equal to
reality.
you stay.
Yeah, that's what she's trying to say, that she will stay. That's basically what she said. You see, the women will stay.
But yeah, you will
But I also
still have to
stay.
be-
I'll stay in my house, you
Yes.
go.
Oh, that only
Okay.
happens in Ghana.
What if it's a rented apartment? Who lives?
No, out
Who
of
is paying the
Ghana,
bill?
He
laws-
says I'll stay in my house.
Okay, I'll go and stay in my
The
car.
laws will take the house for the woman. and
I'll
the
stay in my
kids.
car. Okay, I'll stay in my car.
Maybe that was the reason why, out of Ghana, we don't hear a lot of these stories because the men know that
They will get away with it.
Anyway, so that's how we'll end our conversation here on the G Spot. My name is Miss G. I've been here with Kobe Wuta, who's a musician, Giftee Harmon, who is... So, Wuta Kobe, not Kobe Wuta. Okay, so Wuta Kobe. Okay, so you want the group rather to precede your name. Even though you are a solo artist, you want the group to precede.
That's what birthed him.
Okay, so Wuta Kobe, who is a solo artist now. Bye-bye, Wuta. And then... And then Giftee Harmon, who is a gospel musician, Patrice Amegashi, who is a television personality, works with TV Africa, and Lady Prempe, also a gospel musician, married to one of the finest producers in town. And so expect some great tunes from... I didn't mention her husband's name. Go and find out who her husband is. Thank you for watching. We're back again next week with another edition. Have a good evening.